guys, welcome back to my channel. To those of you that are new, I'm Queen, and in today's video, you guys, I'll just be giving you a comparison of the difference between North Carolina and Florida living. So you guys, I do like to put out a disclaimer before I start these kind of videos. The things that I state in my videos are based off of my personal experience and my personal opinion. So everyone's experience and opinion may vary. As well, you guys, I do want to put it out there just because I have made similar videos to this in the past, and some of the questions that people put in the comments, I can't really answer them because I don't like answering things that I don't have the knowledge on. So I just want to put it out there that I am not in any way a real estate agent. So like things like school zone questions and like those sort of things, I have no idea about. I kind of just stick to like the basics of what I know and what I have experience with. So I just wanted to put it out there because I don't want anyone thinking that like, you know, I'm not trying to answer your question. It's just that it's kind of hard to answer a question if you don't know the answer to it. So if you feel like this is something you'd be interested in watching, continue to tune in and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's just get into the video. All right, guys. So first, let's just get into the weather because that's so important. So for North Carolina, I definitely say you could definitely expect getting all your seasons here. It was very surprising because this year we actually had like a pretty it wasn't like cold. I'm used to colder weather from where I'm originally from, but it was a colder winter than usual. And usually I've been here for a couple years now, and usually in the winter it doesn't get cold, but I will say for North Carolina, you could definitely expect all your seasons. As far as Florida, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit biased. I love Florida weather. You could basically expect pretty much, you know, like summer, spring weather there all year round. And I just love that. Love it. I know like for the most part, if you're like in like South Florida, it pretty much is like summertime weather all year round. I know from living in like Tampa and Orlando, sometimes in the early mornings or overnight, it could get a lot cooler. And you won't really experience that in like South Florida, but in those two areas, Tampa and Orlando, you can experience like cooler weather like early in the morning or like overnight. So, but other than that, it's pretty like amazing weather. And if you guys have ever visited Florida, I guess you guys will also know that sometimes like you just get rain out of nowhere, but it'll like last for a couple seconds and then it's gone. So, but overall, I think if I had to choose one or the other, I would definitely love to like just choose like Florida weather. It's just absolutely amazing to me. Love it there. Next, we're going to get into the cost of living. So for North Carolina, it is now, I've been here now for a couple years, and like it's getting expensive, especially from when I first came here. Like it's not like cheap really like it used to be. I know it's like still a little cheaper than other places, but it's getting expensive. And to me, I feel like I don't understand why. I mean, maybe it's just because of my personal preference or whatever of like living. I feel like for the cost of living, it's really not offering enough for it to be that high. But I guess like after, you know, the whole like lockdown and everything is just pretty expensive everywhere. So next we'll just get into Florida. What I will say is like I have family friends that are still out there, so they tell me about like the cost of living has went up as well. I had been looking, you know, like at the different prices in Florida, specifically like South Florida, just to see where the price range is for living there at this particular time, and it has definitely went up. When I lived there before, it was expensive in South Florida. I feel like Tampa, Orlando, it wasn't as much at that particular time. But now South Florida is definitely even more expensive than it was before. So that's what I will say. I feel like when it comes to that, you kind of just have to like pick and choose, you know, like what is like worth it to you and what's not, as far as like what it has to offer there. So that gets into my next one. Lifestyle. So as far as like North Carolina, I just honestly, in my opinion, and I don't want anyone like getting mad in the comments because you may be from North Carolina or you may just love North Carolina, but I just feel like it's country and it's just boring and I'm just sick of it. That's just my personal opinion, and I honestly do not see myself living here forever. I'm here for now, trying to make the best of it, but I just don't like it. I feel like It's just really just particularly for me, not my vibe. I feel like for Florida, I feel like it's laid back, you know, more like, you know, tropical vibes, fun vibes. I just feel like everything about Florida when you're there, it just puts you like pretty much in a good mood. Like, I know every place has like its downside of it, but overall it just really puts you like in like a good mood as far as like just everything with the culture. It's just so diverse, just everything, where I feel like North Carolina is not so like much like that. And so for me, North Carolina just is not just, it's just not doing it for me. But Florida is definitely the vibe. Next, we're gonna get into dating. So if you guys have seen any of my other videos talking about, you know, dating in Charlotte or whatever, then you know I feel like for like this area that I've had my experience in is horrible. 0 out of 10 would definitely not recommend. It's just weird here. That's what I would say when it comes to dating here. It's just extremely weird. And I'm not even gonna like go all into all of that, but it's just weird. As far as like Florida, I will say I would never go to Florida, you know, with the mindset of like, oh my God, I'm going there to be in a relationship. But what I will say is based on my experiences within the 2 states, I will say, honestly, for me personally, I would have better luck getting into a relationship in Florida than North Carolina. As far as like Florida, I feel like you can actually go on dates. Like the people actually date. Like even if it doesn't end up being anything serious, at least you could get that, versus North Carolina, where I feel like the men here don't even really believe in dates. I can't say everyone because it's not the case for everyone, but just overall, from what I've seen, it's weird. It's just weird. But we're just gonna leave it like that. All right, next we're gonna get into like following up with like the lifestyle part of this is like things to do. So North Carolina, to me, I feel like they offer, I know specifically Charlotte, you have your pro sports team. So you have your games to go to watch your professional, you know, sports games. You also have lots of restaurants, higher end, you know, regular, cute vibes. And then you have your regular restaurants as well. You also have a lot of bars, lounges, a little bit of museums as well. I mean, they don't have in North Carolina, from where I'm at in Charlotte, they don't really have any museums that like really catch my eye. And I'm really into that sort of thing, the museum and art gallery thing. I like it because it's art. But for me, I feel like it's just not cutting it. As far as like Florida to me, especially depending on where you are, I feel like it's always something to do, especially South Florida, specifically Miami. There's always something to do. You have your beaches, you have like your clubs, you have your high-end restaurants, you have like your regular restaurants, you know, you have events coming there. It's just like always something, you know, concerts, like major concerts, everything. I mean, North Carolina has the concert thing too, but I just feel like overall, it's like, I feel like for me and my personal preference, I feel like Florida just has more to offer. But I will definitely say, you know, North Carolina to me is more like, I feel like family friendly. And I mean, then like, you know, Florida can be family friendly too, but I feel like when I think of North Carolina, it's like giving family vibes, and I'm not on that, and I don't have kids and all of that. And what I will say is I tell everyone who asks me about like North Carolina living, Charlotte living, or whatever, I'm like, they're like, oh, what do you think? I'm like, if you have a family or you have kids, I think it would be a great place for you. But if you don't have that going on and you kind of are used to like a bigger, like, you know, city life, you probably won't like it, because I really don't. I feel like I've lived in other major cities and I just don't really like it. And I really try to give it a chance in North Carolina, but it's just not doing it for me. Yeah, but I will say, if you're a person with children or a kid or a family or whatever, this could be a great place for you. But if you're looking for something more fast-paced, then it probably won't be your thing either. So you guys, I just wanted to make this really quick video. You know, this wasn't supposed to be like anything like super deep in details. If there are any other videos that are like, you know, similar to this, or anything that you like to see me make, or you guys have any questions that I can answer, you know, please leave it down in the comments, because I love to answer them. This is just me giving my opinion of like the different lifestyles. from my personal experience living in like both states. For you guys in the specific cities that I lived in, you know, like I said before in the beginning of the video, everyone's experience and opinion will vary. But I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, guys. Bye.